So can you tell what I'm riding? I'm sure you can. Finally found a bike that suits my needs. And I'm just out tooling around, going through the break-in period, checking out the scenery. Wow, beautiful day today. It's been really wet and rainy lately. I really like this bike. It's got plenty of power for me because, you know, I'm not a knee dragger. I don't carve canyons. It's just what I need. I love the way it takes all these bumps. That's why I came up here too. It just takes the bumps so well. Like boing, 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 boing. It's the second generation of the DCT, as you can tell. There's no clutch. And it's a whole new learning curve for me. I've always had a stick shift car, so I never had a problem using a clutch. I think I can count on one hand the number of times I actually stalled. So that wasn't the problem. It was, thank you for not hitting me. It was my hand is kind of, my left hand is kind of giving out, and I've got some other issues going on that I'm not going to whine about, but I'm dealing with it. So it was a long search, asked a lot of questions, did a lot of research, went to like just about every motorcycle dealership in San Diego and sat on lots of bikes. It's got the same engine as the Honda CTX. I did a video on that a couple weeks ago. And it's got, I like the low center of gravity. It's just very easy to maneuver, flick around, no problem. Corners are fun now to me. So like I said, it's the second generation of DCT. I still have drive mode, sport mode, and manual, and you've got these paddle shifters over here. But not only that, with this 2016 model, they gave you 3 options in the sport mode, which basically gives you more power, more sport, more grunt, if you will. You know, because it's not a kick in the pants like the VFR, but it is fun, it is sporty. Bumpy here. This tachometer here, it's you can personalize it to where you can start it up with a personal message, end it with a personal message. You can change the colors of the different gears that it's in so that you don't have to try to read the gear number. You can see it in a color, which is helpful. And you can actually change the settings so that you can change when the bike shifts at what RPMs. It's a 3.7 tank, and I am getting around 70 miles per gallon, which is awesome. Depending on how aggressive I get with it, it goes down like 2 or 3 miles per gallon. But 70 miles per gallon, I can go like over 240 miles on one tank of gas. I can see the tach really well too, which I like. And the mirrors are great for me. I can see so well behind me, and I like that. They're a little close to me. The seat could be a little bit more comfortable. For short rides, it's fine, but I'm sure if I was sitting in the saddle all day long, it would be a little bit uncomfortable. So I never would have thought I would have gotten an automatic, but it's very convenient. Gives my hands a rest. It can shift faster and smoother than any clutch I've ever tried. I was saying to my husband, I just want to, with the clutch, I feel more engaged. I feel like I'm more in control. I feel like it's more sporty, more fun. How am I gonna still have that with an automatic, for crying out loud? It's got a parking brake too, which is helpful. By the way, like Chris Caliente and Memphis Mike always say, it doesn't matter what you ride. will ride with you, and I think that's cool. One of the things that motovloggers and bikers tend to agree on, for the most part, I think, is it doesn't matter what you ride, it's that you do ride. And for the person who called the CTX a dog on the video I did on that bike, you know, here's your sign. As Navy Thomas says, you can FRO, because you're not going to be the one riding it, I am. And yes, we are all entitled to an opinion, and if that's how you think of the bike I'm riding, then I guess more power to you. But I'm going to be the one riding it. You don't know my situation, and I don't go on your channel and say any bad things about your bike, so whatever, dude. Alright, so Frunk, as most people call it, is very convenient for me because I carry snacks and food with me all the time, and I don't really like having a backpack on all day long when it's hot. You can put a full-size helmet in here and then some. What's also convenient that they added with the 2016 was these, what do you call them? There's gaps under here in case you want to put a bag or a backpack with straps, and you can strap it on that way. And turn this the other way, and here's where the gas tank. You know, a lot of people complain that if you have a bag on here, you always got to take the bag off to open this up and put the gas in. But it's a simple solution of just putting a rack back here, putting your bag on top of that, which is, I think, what most people do. Got to get used to that. They made the valve stems turn outward at a 90-degree angle, so it's easier. Alright, let's do this. With the 2016 model, they also made the windscreen just a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, a little bit more wrapped around you, a little scoop here. It protects from the wind really well. I don't think it's adjustable. What else do I want to tell yas? So I was without a bike for several weeks, and that sucked, but I filled my time doing other stuff, like rode my bicycle. I haven't done that in a while. I cleaned house a lot, and my husband set up a web camera, which was really cool because we had a couple of hummingbirds set up a nest in the backyard. And so we watched them like constantly. They laid these little eggs, and they were like the size of Tic Tacs. The nest is only about 2.5 inches wide. One chick from a different nest kind of got lost, I think, and I don't know, maybe got kicked out of the nest too soon because he looked a little bit lonely. And so that's it for now. Most people don't really like the idea of getting an automatic bike, and it was a tough decision for me, but it's really nice to just, you know, I was never really smooth or good with clutching, and I probably would have gotten better over time, but this just lets me enjoy the ride a little bit more and get to look around and not worry so much about, I don't know, doing it the wrong way or just being real jerky. And I don't know, it suits me really well. Our trip this year is probably going to be in eastern Arizona, western part of New Mexico, and some of the national parks, the Four Corners area. If anybody in Arizona is close to that area, I might see you out there. Gonna go in September, so looking forward to it. Hope that you enjoy. Oh, the other thing was the exhaust. They made the exhaust a little bit more appealing visually, I guess. And it sounds pretty good. Kind of a hexagonal shape. I don't know what else. There's a lot of other minor things they've updated on this 2016 model, but it's a lot of fun.